Okay.
That was there. So I was like, I had to get up early for FCA. I wanted to support my fellow baristas, so I drive over to Crafted. I didn't want to Lotus this early, but I also don't like coffee. So I was like, frappe will work. What?
You don't like coffee?
No, I don't like coffee. So like frappe, I guess will work.
Okay, Crafted.
Cause I got the job for like my sister worked there, and they were like,
You
he's
got the
hired.
job for free. Yeah.
He's there. They're just like, you're hired. So I was like,
It's like being vegan
Right.
and working at Chick-fil-A.
yeah, it is kind of. Except I'll drink it. Anyways, I just don't like it. So then I was like, I'm just gonna get frappe. So I ordered this frappe, and I was like, frick, I forgot to like substitute the milk from whole to like oat or something.
Almond.
Yeah, something that's non-dairy. And I'm like, Ellery, do you think? And she's like, we already blended it. I'm like, no. And so they gave me the thing, and I'm like, well, I have to drink it because I'm already here, and I drove out of my way to get here, and I'm gonna be tired. It's early, so I'm drinking it. I walk up to Zach. I'm like, Zach, what'd you get at Starbucks? And he told me I got that. It's basically the same thing, just from Crafted. Lots of dairy. He's like whole milk, right? And I had to run the mile 7th hour. 6th hour, I have lunch. So I'm eating lunch. I get a sandwich. It was taco day too, and I really wanted tacos, but I didn't want that much because I had to run the mile next. So I get the sandwich. I eat the healthier option. I eat it. Snack attack, you know. Anyways, so I'm eating the sandwich, and then yeah. Anyways, so now I have to poop because it's like 30 minutes after I had eaten the sandwich. I have to poop, but class is about to start. My next hour class, which is PE, is about to start. I'm like, I'm not gonna have time. I have to change, and then I have to go out and run the mile. I'm like, I'm just gonna hold it. So we get out there. Miss Mueller, I'm like, Miss Mueller, I really want to sub 7:30 mile. Like, I know that's not amazing, but that would be good for me. And she's like, okay, perfect. So she starts us. I stand back like 8 seconds. I started on my watch, and then I start running. I'm running. I'm doing my 3 laps. Now I'm next to Alex Reinhardt, and I could have gone faster, but we're talking. So I'm like, I'm not just gonna like keep getting in front of her and then having to come back. So I'm like, I was fine. And then we cross lap 3. We have 1 lap to go. It's like 6:30, or it's like 6:25, and I'm like, okay, Alex, I'm kicking into high gear. So I start running more. Right at this point, I had to poop a little, but not really. I didn't feel it anymore. So I was like, I'm kicking into high gear. She's like, okay, she's fast too. So we're kicking, and we're about 2/3 of the way done. And I'm like, all right. She's like, I don't think you're gonna get it. And I was like, okay, Alex, well now I'm gonna try really hard. So I'm sprinting. I'm like running as fast as I can down this last curve. I crossed the line at 7:32, but I started later, so she gave me 7:25. I was really proud of myself. I had to have a 1 lap cool down. As soon as I crossed the finish line, I put my hands above my head, and I'm like, I was like, oh my gosh.
Did you ever change your clothes?
I was like, no. Well, I left after that hour anyways. So I was like, I just pooped my pants. I just pooped my pants. So like, I'm walking like 3 lanes away from Alex. And then Alex is like, she asked me the question. I was like, I think I pooped my pants. She's like, what? And I was like, I think I pooped my pants. And she's like, for real? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, are you serious? And I was like, yeah, I pooped my pants. And she's like, okay. So she like keeps walking. And then I'm like, Miss Mueller, she's like, you gotta go to the bathroom. I was like, yeah. So I walked in. I pulled my pantalones down. Sure enough, my black underwear it was not like chunk of poop. The turd had slipped out into faucet. That's what I like to call faucet. But it was more of a liquid.
I call that liquid poop.
It was all around like this area.
Oh, man.
And when I pulled my pants down, I saw a little bit. I was like, yep. And then I like started to wipe. And then I had gotten like this, and I was like, "There's poop on my arm."
Yeah, you almost need a shower at that point.
And then the worst thing is, without getting too graphic, I had my AirPods case right here.
Without getting too
It
graphic.
kept hitting onto my genitals, and so I was like, my left genital really hurts right now, and my stomach hurts, Miss Mueller. And she's like, "Okay, well then you're fine."
You said that to her?
Yeah. And then I'm driving home, and I'm like I'm about to throw up. I didn't throw up, but I felt like it, and I almost hit a car. And then I get home, and my dad's on his boat working and stuff, and he's like, "Hey, how's your day?" I was like, "Well, it started off great, and I pooped my pants, and I feel like I'm about to throw up, and my left testicle hurts." And he was like, sounds like a bad day. I was like, yeah, but I'm in a good mood. He's like, all right, well, why don't you go shower? And then you can come back out and maybe help me with the boat. And I was like, okay.
So were you in the car just driving like this?
No, I just at that point I was just sitting there.
You're sitting.
Yeah, I mean,
I could do. So yeah.
had it gone through the material on the shorts?
No.
Wow.
That is
Good quality shorts.